industry now for 24 years. I started working in a big salon. I was a commissioned employee and I worked there for 10 years. I always knew I wanted to be in the beauty industry. I just wasn't sure exactly where I wanted to go with it. So during high school, I went to cosmetology school. It was a program they had back then. I think they've kind of like phased it out at this point, which I think is a shame. But so I got my license. As soon as I graduated, I got my license, and I think I waited like a year, and I just worked at a bank, and I was like, this isn't for me. And I was like, okay, let me go ahead and use my license. So I worked first in like a booth rental type position with hair, and I literally hated it. I was like, this is not my thing. I don't like doing hair. People want like the impossible. It just wasn't my passion. So I went to a big salon and I was working in skincare. And I was like, oh yeah, I like this. This is it. So I did that for 10 years, and kind of midway through, I realized like I wanted more. I wasn't sure what the more was. And so I had started Pure the year before I got laid off. And I was doing it part-time. I would take a couple clients in the evening after I worked. I worked probably till 6 or 7 at night on my full-time job. And so then I would take clients when I could. And I was like, it wasn't really making any money, but my salary paid my suite rent. So I was like, okay, whatever. January, I got laid off. So I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And some people were like, you have a business. Why don't you just run it? And I'm like, yeah, but I don't have enough clients. I'm not that busy. And they were just like, you will get busy, and I was like, okay. But I was still nervous, I have a mortgage, I have a car, I have bills to pay. For me, Pure had to work at that point. I think the big thing was getting laid off was very eye-opening for me. And I was like, wow, I can't believe they had that much control over my finances. And I didn't like that. So this is my 4th year in business. Next year, I'll be celebrating 5 years of being an entrepreneur of Pure. One of the most memorable lessons would be generalist versus specialist. And I consider myself a specialist. I specialize in acne and hyperpigmentation. I feel like when you zone in on what you want your craft to be, that's when you can grow. Because when I take classes, anything I do to learn, it's all about my specific craft, my specialty. It's really hard to do 10 different things and be amazing at 10 different things. For me, anyway. I would say one con about my business is that I don't know when to stop. I work all the time. Even when I'm not doing clients on my days that I'm here, I'm still working. And for me, I'm working on in 2020 work-life balance. And sometimes it's hard to see that because you're trying to grow and you're trying to grow and you're trying to build. But one thing I would say is a team is necessary. What I do is all about self-esteem and confidence. It's not really about skincare. It's about improving their self-esteem and confidence, right? My clients come in that have suffered with acne for literally all their lives, or all of a sudden just got it and don't know why. Educating them, helping them through that process, and seeing the way they come in when they first come in with the head down or the confidence isn't there, versus when they're done with the program or clear, it's priceless. It's speechless. It's like, you can just see it. You can see it in their smiles and the way they talk. That is the pro of my business. You can find us at 7337 Montgomery Road in Silverton. Our website is www.purebeautyskinbar.com, as well as our Instagram and Facebook, Pure Beauty Skin Bar.